I have been with the Microsoft
Yeah. Let me
platform.
sorry. Let
Okay.
me quickly so you can share your screen.
All right.
Sorry about that. You can please go ahead.
Okay. So once again, my name is Kingsley Chiakwa. I am a security professional and Microsoft technical support. So I have been doing this for the past 7 years. Been an ambassador with Microsoft, and Microsoft is a very sweet, but sometimes bitter, platform that is globally, used all around the globe. If you go to the US, to the UK, like 70 to 80% of organizations use Microsoft 365. And that is because how I know is because I work with them on a day-to-day basis in resolving their technical issues to to get the best out of it. So Microsoft 365, the Defender portal, Microsoft 365 Defender, is one of the most uh, great platform that Microsoft has. And I'm going to be sharing my screen. I'll be doing a little bit of back and forth. So let me just, I'm not sure I can share yet. It's still grayed out for me. I will have to close out and join in back again. Sorry, I don't still see the option.
No, sorry.
Okay,
You don't need
I
to.
think
You
I,
don't need to. Just try.
okay, I
Yeah.
think I see it now. All right. All right. So let me, okay, so can you guys see my screen now?
It's still loading.
Yes.
It's still loading. Yes, we can see your screen now.
All right. Okay, so just going to minimize this. So I'm just going to share this and I'll be doing some back and forth of a little bit of practical because I don't think I like theory. I kind of I like more practical than than talk than theory. But I think the theory will still be needed anyways. So about the Microsoft Defender, with the core focus on Defender for Office 365. So like I said, Microsoft 365 being very famous platform being used by several organizations in the world. If you are a small business or an enterprise business like Coca-Cola, um, Pepsi, anyone that you can think of, just know that they are using Microsoft 365 platform. And Microsoft Defender is one of the most used globally. And it's being used for several things like security, protection, and compliance. Okay, so previously it was called security and compliance. Okay, the portal was previously called Security and Compliance Center because that's a majority of the things that were there were comprising of security and compliance. So compliance is majorly about an organization trying to be compliant or trying to ensure that an organization has all the, necessary, governance that it needs to ensure that, their data does not leak and things like that. So I'm just going to go straight to the next here. So introduction. So here it's a comprehensive security suite. Microsoft Defender integrates endpoint, identity, cloud, email and email security into a unified protection platform. So the Microsoft Defender platform, like I said, there's endpoint, which means devices. Okay, mobile phones, systems, IoTs, anything that has to do with devices. Identity cloud, email security, that is securing your emails. So it unifies everything into a unified protection platform. It proactive and reactive measures. It provides both proactive and reactive defenses by leveraging threat intelligence and automation. So Defender for Office 365, that one specializes on protecting emails and collaboration tools addressing common enterprise attack vectors. So in general, Microsoft Defender is comprises both security, like I mentioned, and compliance. However, but Defender for Office 365 is majoring on email security. Okay, it is majoring on protecting, well, not just that, also it majors sometimes on the identity of the users, right? Majoring on identity of users, protecting identity as well. So, this is about the unified portal. So here, the Microsoft Defender portal is a centralized security management portal that consolidates alerts, incident reports into a single interface for easy management. So there is within the portal where you can see alerts on, for administrators. So in every organization, there has to be administrators and end users. End users is the floor members, right? Administrators are the oga pata pata, the people that do the things. So incidents are also situations that should draw attention to should draw everybody's attention, the administrators, draw the attention to something that is of very important notice. And then reports is what they use for their dashboard to generate, to see how everybody's data is being inclined. So they use reports to pull out one or two and for their presentation. So comprehensive threat visibility, it provides visibility into pre-breach and post-breach activities for effective monitoring and investigation. So it is what people use for many, security professionals use it to, gather information on things that can cause a breach, right? A breach is when someone, your data has been leaked, someone has gotten access to something that he is not supposed to get access to. So things that can lead to that is a pre-breach, and the post-breach activities is what they learned from it. So the integrated security services. So these the Defender portal integrates lots of things, right? There's Defender XDR, Sentinel, Defender for cloud, for holistic security insight. So these things, Defender XDR is the inbuilt Microsoft XDR is Defender XDR is what Microsoft uses inbuilt to perform most of its security functions. Okay, so it is what Microsoft has inside of it. There are lots of security platforms all around the globe that people have, but in this case, Defender XDR is the core security feature that performs, all its work. And then Sentinel is a tool which I wouldn't want to go deep into it, but it's a story for another day. It's a SIEM and SOAR tool Microsoft also has that is being used by SOC analysts and also by security engineers for their work, to make their work easier. Defender for Cloud is also another feature which you use to onboard or you use to manage cloud devices, and then you secure cloud, you're in cloud infrastructure. Okay, so but that is a story for another day. So all these are all integrated into the portal where you can manage all these things. Supports zero structure architecture, enforces consistent security policies across endpoints, identities, and collaboration platforms to reduce risk. So everything within the Microsoft platform is built on one thing, and it's called zero trust. Okay, so I wouldn't want to go deep into detail, but just know that zero trust is a term that Microsoft, or not just Microsoft, in security in general, okay, cyber security in general, zero trust is something that every organization should implement. So with that policy, Microsoft already has it implemented in their platform. So Defender for Office 365. So the core, or before we go into this, I'm just going to let me just go back to. So in here, there's a lot of changes that has been done to the way it looks. So how did we get here? First things first, the Microsoft Defender for the Microsoft Defender portal. It can be accessed not by everyone. I mean, you might get to see the the page even as an end user, but you may not see all the details here, right? So as an end user, you might see this, but you may not see all the features. So all the features are only accessible by someone who has the right roles. Okay. And to access it is security.microsoft.com. You can either access it directly from the admin center. So let me um, go straight to the admin center and then come back here. So sorry, I just like a little bit of practical while I'm talking so that you guys know. So here, this is the Microsoft Admin Center, and in on the left-hand side, you'd see there are lots of things here. So in here, if this is security. So if you click on the security here, it will take you straight to the Defender portal. Okay, and that is the one that we have right here. Or you can type security.microsoft.com. So someone with at least a global admin and some other sub roles, compliance administrator, should be able to access all the features here. So this is the portal home, exposure management, investigation and response, threat intelligence, and then some of these things you may not see them due to license. Um, there are some things that are restricted or might not be seen because they come with the licensing. Okay. So this is all this is the most you're going to see because I think I have the major license for the Defender portal. So everything here is what you get to see. Okay, so let's continue. So Defender for Office 365. So for Defender for Office 365, the core capabilities and importance. So one is advanced threat protection. Defender for Office 365 protects emails and email collaboration tools from phishing, malware, and zero-day exploit. So if at any point in time you don't understand, you just let me know while I'm explaining. Advanced threat protection, this is what majorly most companies use for to protect their data. Okay, I'm talking of the companies that use Microsoft 365. Okay, because there are some that might be using other things. But for the ones that use Microsoft 365, they use this feature for protecting their emails. And these features are very much there are lots of things that you have to, you know, go deep into it to understand them. I wouldn't be going into them deeply, but just the surface of most of these things would be what I would explain today, right? um Malware, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. Malware is anything which is any attachment or file which is bound to cause harm to any person who has it, right? Phishing is emails which are containing emails which are bound to lure you into the wrong place. So if someone sends you a phishing email, it means the person wants to hack into the system, wants to hack into the organization. And that is how most hackers get to people, through phishing, right? Zero-day exploits, through means where nobody knows about. Um, Layered security features. Features like safe links, safe attachments, and anti-phishing policies add multiple layers of security. So there's the safe links, which is being used to protect links, right? To protect links to which people click on. Safe attachment used to protect which attached document people click on, because that is how people get to be hacked or to be breached. And then anti-phishing policies add multiple layers of security. So, like I mentioned, the phishing, there are anti-phishing policies to prevent phishing from happening, and it adds the multiple layers of the security. And then post-delivery protection, there's a zero-hour auto purge, and threat analytics enable continuous monitoring and remediation after delivery. So this is also one of the features that comes with it. So plans and licensing. So the plans, like I mentioned earlier, everything within the Microsoft platform has to do with the um, license, right? Subscription. The way you have a Microsoft 365 just on a free platform, because all these they are paid. Okay, they are paid platform. An organization that wants to go into business should know that they are paying for some of these features to use them. So every single thing, right? The level to which you want something, there is a license that comes with them. Like I mentioned before, not all the features that you saw from the portal is accessible to everyone. Some things might not be seen due to the plan that that person has, right? So, example, plan one, that is Defender for Office 365 plan one. So it offers essential protection like safe links, safe attachments, and anti-phishing policies for small to medium businesses. Okay, plan two, enhancement, uh, it adds advanced threat hunting, automation, and investigation tools suitable for enterprises, leading enhanced security. Integration and choice. Both plans integrate with Microsoft 365 subscription, allowing organizations to select the right plans for their security needs and budget. So, like everything is budget. What a company might need, or what a company might can afford, right? It might be too much for them. For small businesses, some of these things might be too much for them to, it might be too expensive for them. For enterprises, it's maybe just okay for them to have these things. So everything has to go with budget, and to getting these things. Okay, so delving into the individual parts. security status overview. So in the Defender portal, I'm just these are just like little touches of where we are going to be seeing after the theory part. We're going to be seeing little touches of what each section, okay, each section of the Defender for portal and what they are about. So security status, the homepage displays summary cards and active threat indicators to show overall security status at a glance. Okay. Quick access link provides fast navigation to email and collaboration, attack simulations, training, and what's new section. Left navigation bar. The navigation bar offers easy access to incidents, alerts, reports, and policy management features. Then customizable dashboard. Customizable cards help tailor the dashboard to organizational needs, enhancing efficiency and awareness. So all these, I think, is better explained from a practical sense. Incident and alerts. So this section of the portal, um, like I mentioned before, is structured for managing alerts and incidents. So people who manage the security part of an organization will be using this quite often because they have to do investigation. They have to be alerted when someone is doing something wrong, right? Someone within the organization, the end user clicks on something or logs in from an unrecognized location. Okay, because everything is monitored. How you log in, which browser you use to log in, the IP you logged in from, which computer you logged in from. Everything is is monitored from Defender for portal. So once it triggers that, okay, this person has logged in from Tokyo, whereas the person normally should be in Nigeria, right? This person has logged in from India, whereas the person should be logging in from Nigeria. So if normally the person logs in from Nigeria and they're just at some point the person logs in from Tokyo, the system will see all these things because the system sees everything, it tracks everything. It will throw an alert that, hey, something is wrong here. Somebody is logging in, somebody is doing something, that's just for login. Also for how somebody shares data. If someone shares the data or information that's supposed to be sensitive, that should be classified, confidential, right? It would also throw an alert. So alert is useful for administrators. Also things that can cause a harm in the organization, like elevation of privilege, um, access to what you should not be getting access to, things like that creates alerts, and from alert creates an incident. Okay, alert creates incident. Incident is a much more serious thing. Some alerts can be false positives. Okay, false positives mean it is um, it is just something that is not supposed to raise eyebrows. It is just an action. Okay, um, false negative means that it did not even trigger in the first place, which is supposed to trigger. So that's for that. Then investigation tools. The portal offers timelines, attack chains, visuals, and automated. So all of these here are just things that most security professionals use to perform their tasks, right? They use to see what went wrong and what not, what should be done, what should have been done here, all those things. Actions and submissions section. This section is for um, managing remediation tasks. So administrators can oversee and manage remediation tasks efficiently through the actions and submissions section. This section, there's quite some things which I'll talk about them later. Action Center displays both pending and completed actions to ensure accountability in security operation. suspicious content submission. Admins can submit suspected spam, phishing, URLs, and attachment for further analysis to improve the detection algorithm. A unified security workflow. A unified interface simplifies workflow and supports continuous improvement in detection and protection. So, majorly, what this section of the portal is for is to help track, things that might be of, things that might be of importance, right? If you, like they always say, if you notice something, say something. There is a feature which, if an end user, you are just an employee, that you notice this email looks fishy, this doesn't look good, this doesn't, report it. Report it to the administrators. So there is a place where if you're using Outlook, you just click on report, all right? You click on report fish, something like that. Automatically, it will come to this section. Administrators will see it. They would see that an end user reported something that's not right. Okay. Also, this section is used to submit emails that maybe were false positive or false negative, submitting them to Microsoft. All right. That's all about this section. Defender for Office 365 features, safe links. Okay, so the safe, like this is now measuring on the Defender for Office 365, right? So, like I mentioned before, this is all about email protection. Defender for Office 365, majorly about email protection and how are emails protected. So normally, that the way people people get hacked or people get scammed, right? Let me see, the right word should be hacked because scamming is in different purposes. So hacked usually comes through different methods. There is phishing, there's vishing, there's smishing, there's different ones. But phishing, okay, comes through email. Okay. And trust me, nobody is above phishing. You just, the question is, are you wise enough? Okay. Are you wise enough to spot a phishing email? Okay. It's important because even outside of the corporate world, down to you as a person, if you see an email in your Gmail account, you see an email in your Outlook account, you should be able to see like, okay, this doesn't look good. This is clearly a fake email, or this is someone trying to get his way out of it. And how? It is through some of these things. The URL, okay? The URL might just be a fake one, okay? Might be something that instead of google.com or microsoft.com, it will look somehow, it will look different from what it should look like, right? So you spot those things, but the essence of Microsoft Defender is to block you from even seeing them in the first place. It will, remove them that you don't even see them, right? So malicious URL protection, safe links protect users from harmful URLs found in emails, messages, and document. So instead of you even seeing the email containing those links in the first place, it is meant to block them, right? The moment sometimes you click them, there's certain URLs that would have a bad reputation. If you click them, Defender safe links would block it. It will just block that link from going through. So that link will not open. It's just going to show red. So that's the work of safe links, right? It rewrites URLs. Also, safe links rewrites URLs and verifies links at the time of click to ensure safety, right? Customizable security policies. Safe links policies can be tailored for specific users or groups for enhanced coverage. So someone who has safe links there's a policy section which you can add certain links. Some links might be false positives, So if you add those links, what I mean false positive, the system can detect a link as a bad link, right? So you can say that, okay, no, this is not supposed to be a bad link. This is actually a good one. So you can add those links to the policy to whitelist it so it doesn't see it as, a bad link. So that's one of the things you can do from the policy section. Prevention of cyber attacks, continuous monitoring blocks, phishing and malware, reducing risk of data breach. So these are some of the things that comes with that. Safe attachment. So, like I mentioned, there are several ways, right, which hackers come through to people. Another, apart from links, is attachment. Okay, attachment, they would send you an email. There's one that was, there was a recent incident that was, flying around. This incident that many people fell to it, many organizations fell to it. There was an incident whereby people would get emails and they would say that, okay, this email is coming from this client. The client shared a file. Okay, it is a shared file of containing an attachment. So normally it should just look good, and it actually comes from a legitimate. It came from a legitimate email, but came from a compromised user, a user that has been compromised. The user has been compromised. So that's that period. It was like lots of people were falling for it. Why? Because the email looks good, everything in the email looks good, but the attachment contained the, it contained the malware. The attachment content. So everything is going to look good by just look at the look of it. But when you now go to attachment, where you click on the PDF or whatever it is, you open it and you will see, oh, I just need to open this file. And the moment you click sign in, that is how you're compromised. You just sign in and you notice that, I'm trying to sign in. Why is this thing not signing in? You sign in, put in your email and password, and boom, that person has your email and password already. So this is how safe attachment prevents these things from happening. If an email contains malware, okay, spyware, contains anything that could actually harm a computer, the safe attachment removes it. Okay, or any type of there are types of file extensions which most malware comes with. Okay, there are type of file extensions like .exe, dot .p, there's lots of them, right? There's lots of them, different formats. So it's suspect email attachments and detonate them in virtual environment, and to detect malicious behavior before it gets delivered to you as a person. Okay, also it processes ransomware. So these things are, I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. They are, Microsoft, there are cybersecurity terminologies. Ransomware is just a type of file which, when somebody sees it, if you watch movies, you would see these things very well. If you watch, foreign movies, you would see a situation whereby someone is opening something and all of a sudden, he can't access his system anymore. What he's just going to see is like, pay 200,000 or pay $2 million for you to be able to access your system. You have to pay this money. So that's what we call ransomware. So it encrypts your files, encrypts your system, that you cannot access anything on your system. Your system is just like point blank. But the only thing you're going to be seeing is that notification. Pay this money to here. Pay this money here before you can access it. That's what ransomware does. So this process, the safe attachment identifies ransomware and phishing payloads, okay, that traditional scanning method might miss. Right. So configurable protection policies, safe attachment policies can be applied to organization-wide or to specific groups for tailored defense. Enhanced email security combined with anti-malware scanning, safe attachment helps prevent harmful files from reaching users. So it's majorly all about protecting users from clicking on attachments, because trust me, attachments, they do more harm, right? They can cause what we call DDoS, denial distributed service, something like that. Distributed denial of service, sorry. That is very much more, is a kind of attack that you don't want to get through it. It can go from one system to another system to another system. Like several systems will just be compromised at once. And that is something that, these files, once you download it, it's gone. So, anti-phishing protection, AI-based detection. So the anti-phishing is one of the newest things, or one of the recent things which Microsoft has, implemented. So in every email, there are things to look out for. Like I mentioned, things like URL, attachment. Now the question is, what about the body of the email? Okay, what about the sender of the email? You see an email that looks like this is an email from your boss, right? Let's say your boss is John Doe, right? And you see an email from John Doe. Hey, my boss has sent me an email. Let me reply to it. Let me send what he has requested for, right? You just do. All right. He asked me to click on this link. Let me click on it. And boom, you try to sign in. It's not signing in. What's going on? What's going on? Boss, I can't open this email. What's going on? I can't. Guess what? You've been hacked, right? So the email looks like it's coming from John Doe, but if you look at it, is it really from John Doe? Is it really from your boss? You might just notice just a little omission. Maybe John Doe, maybe the John is with 0 instead of O, right? Things like that. The email as well, email address, things like that. You might not notice it at first glance, but that's how you. So the AI-based detection helps in preventing things like this, right? With machine learning, it will scan the emails, block these types of emails. Impersonation and spoofing. That's the one I talked about. Impersonation. The person who just sent the email is impersonating your boss. That the email is coming from your boss, but it is coming from a hacker. It's coming from someone that's not even in the organization. So that's impersonation. Spoofing. An email spoofing is can be done by anyone, even if you're not working in a company. You as an individual, let's say your Netflix has expired, right? Your subscription DSTV has expired, and then you get the email, hey, your stuff just expired. Please pay up, right? So that's spoofing. You're going to see the email that this email looks to come from Netflix. But is it really Netflix? Okay, is it really DSTV? Is it really them? That's spoofing. The domain name should be netflix.com. Okay, it should be microsoft.com. It should be azure.com, whatever it is. So the spoofing is a spoof that it looks like it's coming from this domain, but it is not coming from there. It's coming from a different, in fact, it may just be one random email address that's the original sender of that email. So that's what spoofing and impersonation is all about. Customizable policies. This allows the fine-tuning of phishing threshold to balance security needs and user experience. So this is all about I'll get that. I'll go into this part about customizing the policy. Integrated protection features, integrated with safe links and safe attachment for comprehensive phishing protection coverage. So this is everything is integrated, right? The phishing, sorry, the safe links, safe attachment, they are all integrated because they work hand in hand. Okay, so automated investigation and response. So threat investigation automation, AIR, that is the acronym automatically investigates security alerts, reducing manual workload for security teams and speeding up detection. So this is a feature, if you enable it, it speeds up the work. It reduces manual labor. People, instead of sometimes people would have to do this work, right? They would have to the security person involved has to do some manual checking, check here, check. But with this, it saves them some work. Okay, it speeds up the detection process for them to do this. And so it has predefined response actions like isolating devices or blocking URLs to quickly containing threats. Also, it generates detailed logs of actions taken, helping organizations meet compliance requirements. And then it also helps human oversight integration. Okay, so safe documents and threat analytics. Safe documents scan files in protected view to prevent exploitation of Office file vulnerabilities. Okay, threat analytics insights provides actionable intelligence on emerging threats and attack trends, enhance security posture. So these tools strengthen security for email and collaboration environment proactively. So there's a lot of tools within that does majority of this work. Files that are in protected view. So there are kinds of files. There's files which not everybody should be able to access. Okay, files which there are there are normal files and there are protected files. So normal files which everyone can pass around, and protected files which should not just be passed around anyhow. So safe document scans it, specifically like that, that not everybody should be able to access it. Okay, and best practice and future trends. um, so this is what the best practices to configuring the Defender for Office 365 usage. Implement preset security policies. So there is, I will show you guys the preset policies. So implementing security policies uses either standard or strict preset policies to enhance baseline security. So if you, like I mentioned, everything might need some manual work. You might have to, as an administrator, have to go into configure policies that it should be like this. Let us adjust here, let us adjust here. But with the security policy, there is a standard policy that does everything for you. There are two options, standard and strict. The standard is aggressive, right? It creates aggressive policies that is automatically implemented in the organization. Strict is more aggressive. Okay, so strict is more aggressive than standard. But once you enable those policies, it's automatically has been enabled, and it's already has everything laid out. You don't have to. You might go to make some little adjustments, but that kind of enables these things for you. All right. Um, Regular policy review and update, continuously update anti-phishing, safe links, safe attachment. Then automation with AIR, enable on automated investigation and response to reduce manual task and speed incident handling. Okay, user security training. Now, this part, like mentioned, these are the best practices. Okay, updating the anti-phishing policy. There are certain things that might go in your favor and may not go in your favor. The anti-phishing policy at some point might be too strict, okay, and might be too open. So when things happen like this, you have to be making adjustments. So update them consistently. Um, whenever you notice something. You might notice an email that shouldn't be blocked, keeps getting blocked. You have to whitelist it, right? Update it. Um, User training. So I always tell people you may have all the security in the world, you may have all the technology in the world, but you are not above compromise. You are not above hacking. Okay, because nobody is above hacking. I mean, even the best of the best can still be compromised. Why? Because technology continues to advance. But a way to make it easier is what? User training. If, as an organization, the users are not trained, your security is useless. Your security is useless because how people get to hack into an organization is through the users, it's the people. Even 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 in a physical environment, somebody just needs to have a friend that has a friend that has a friend. Okay, two links. So the people are the core security of an organization. The people needs to be enlightened. The people need to be trained. If you have a badge as a user and you give your badge to someone else, to someone who is just a guest, the person already has access in. The person collects your badge, the person goes in, the person does what he wants. So it is still a loophole to an organization's security. The users have to be trained. So future trends and roadmaps, enhanced security features. Defender for Office 365 is improved with better URL protection and advanced hunting. So these are things that the roadmap, things that would likely be coming in the future. What they plan to do in the future. So AI-driven integration. Integration with AI tools like Security Copilot enhances threats, excuse me, enhances threat intelligence and automates responses. Security Copilot is now one of the things that Microsoft uses with the AI now being very much in use because trust me, as I mentioned before, um, you are not above hacking, right? Why? Because technology will continue to advance. Now, people are not just doing things manually, like, okay, they want to look for the best. I mean, they use AI to do hacking. Like, everybody knows about this. There's deep fakes. Okay, there's deep fakes going on. So if people are using AI to scam people, why not use AI to protect yourself? So Security Copilot is one of the things which Microsoft has integrated in its platform, and it integrates with almost every application in its sector, in its platform. Security Copilot integrates with Azure, with Entra, with Defender, with Sentinel, almost everything. It integrates with it. So it sees all the things and makes your work easier. Right? So it's a future trend that will be discussed more in the future. And then unified security ecosystem, future focus on tighter integration across Microsoft security products enables unified threat management. Okay, and then proactive threat management. Organizations gain deeper insights and analytics to stay resilient against emerging cyber risks. So, um, trust me, this is all about how security keeps advancing. In the past, when things started, not everybody knew about some of these techniques like impersonation or phishing. People were still using floppy disk to do the impersonation. But guess what? Now keeps on advancing and it will keep advancing. It will keep advancing. So as it keeps advancing, people have to keep learning how they can protect themselves. All right. Okay, so this comes to the end. There's still other things to discuss, but this is where we get to. So I'm just going to be sharing a little of what we discussed here. Can you guys all see my screen? Can you see the portal? I need responses, guys. So I'm not alone. I've been talking for an hour. Anybody, can you all see my screen? Can you see the portal? Yes, this room is quiet. Can you guys hear me? Oh, I guess okay. I guess you guys are muted, that's why. All right, good. All right, so I'm here. This is like I mentioned, the Microsoft Defender, and all these, there are lots of things that are here, all these parts. So yeah, let me just go down to incident and alert. So this is where I talked about incidents and alerts. In incidents, you get to see things that are very um someone talking, or Rafia, is that you? Okay, all right. Um so here, for instance, incidents here is what can actually raise eyebrows. So these are incidents are generated out of alerts. So let me click on alerts first. See here, mailbox permission changes. So this is an alert that that is being shared for people, for administrators to see, right? So for instance, if I click on this alert, it shows what happened. Well, this is just you can see this is anti-authority system, blah, 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 blah. So this, for instance, now, this is an alert that should not bother you, okay? Because this is an alert that is system generated. This is just the system doing its work. So some alerts might just be not of any, use. But if it's an incidents are things that, you may have to, look at, but in some cases may not be. So this is just one of them. So this incident was generated out of the alert from here. And there's a lot of other things which it, covers inside of here. There's more to it. There's more to it. If I check, there was an incident. I think it has gone away. Let me um Okay, let me make this the last 6 months. Aha, okay. It's no more here. But there was an incident which that was here before that was, much more important. So, but incidents are things that you see because an administrator would look at them and would try to, implement a change to see what's going on, right? Right. Then here, I talked about actions and submissions. All these are still, is a lot more. Okay, I can't cover everything that's here because trust me, it's so much. There's so many things to cover in this. Hunting is for if you are trying to do some, how do I say it? If you are a cyber security analyst, you can use hunting to, create some queries. You create some queries to do your hunting, but that's a different thing for another day. So just majorly, this is for deep security things. Okay, I wouldn't go deep into these actions and submission. So, like I mentioned, this, for instance, the submission here. Submission here is where you would see um, you can actually submit for analysis. Okay, if an email, for instance, was generated, and then you feel like, okay, this email should not have been blocked. Okay, we use this for analysis. Microsoft will analyze an email. So here it says submit to Microsoft for analysis. Here, if you click on it, it would ask you, okay, what type, put this, put this, put this. Why are you submitting this message to Microsoft? Okay, so if it's an email that should have been blocked, okay, then you click this, I confirm it's a threat or it appears suspicious. All right, Microsoft will analyze it. But if it's one that was blocked, but it should be legitimate. Okay, it should be legitimate. Microsoft should not block it. Okay, you can choose I confirmed it's clean. That is, some emails you're expecting from your client, you may not get them. They will go to a place we call quarantine. I will show you guys. Or it will go to your junk. Okay, so it goes to junk for certain reasons due to some analysis. So, but then if you come here and you submit that email, subsequent emails likely from that person or emails that look like that email will no longer go to junk. Okay, that is for Microsoft to analyze. So that is what this place is for. And then for Teams messages, email attachments, URL, all of it, you can submit these types of emails or attachments or URLs. And then user reported. So these are the ones that when a user reports that, okay, this email, I need it, I need you to look at this, please look at it. It will appear here among the lists. Okay. With Outlook, it will appear from there. Okay. Threat intelligence. So there's a lot. Threat intelligence. These are all still about, things which a security person would use to, for his work. And Intel profile. All these are very good tools which are useful um, for knowledge. I'll put for knowledge purposes. Okay, for knowledge, trying to see what's in the cybersecurity world, and then assets. Well, this one you may not see it because this comes with a license. Yeah, there's a particular license I can't remember, but there's a license that makes you see this, including identities as well. Okay. So we're going to be talking much more about this. So email and collaboration. So this is the major part. So this in here, email and collaboration is where lies majority of Defender for Office 365 work. Okay. So Defender for Office 365, majority of it, you can see them from here. We'll start with the overview. So overview, you can see here it says Defender for Office 365 protects against advanced threats in email, links, files, attachment, blah, blah, blah. All right. And then you can see safe link, safe attachment, risky, allow, all here. Okay. If you scroll down, it's still, these are like just overviews of what it has, scanned or reports everything here. So, but there's nothing here because I don't use, I don't. This is a test environment, not a production environment. So not much goes on in this tenant. Investigations, right. So this is automated investigation and response. The air capabilities enables you to run this. So anything with air being enabled, majority of the investigations will show up here. Okay, if once you enable this feature, right, majority of them would show up here. All right. Explorer. So this one here is the Explorer portal, the Explorer section here is very good because it actually gives you an insight of each email, how like the overview of what your email has been like, right? What your email flow has been like. Okay. Let's scroll down a bit. So you can see these are all the emails that have come through with subject, the recipient, the sender address, sender domain, all of these. This is like an overview of it. And you can actually filter. You can customize the column to add other things here. Okay, the mail language, the URL count, all of these, you can add them here. The URL clicks. So there's nothing here though, but because I think people have not really clicked links in this platform. It's a little kind of empty. So top URLs. So these are the emails, okay, people emails that have been sent, right? And contains these URLs. So for all the URLs that have been shared in all the emailing going on, this is them, okay? Top clicks, let us see, none. Top targeted users. So these are insights that the system gives you, insight of in a very, enterprise environment that we are dealing with real clients, okay, real businesses, real, sectors where emails will be sending emails back to back. All these are going to be filled, but this is a test environment that we use for, not a production environment, right? Yeah, so that's much about this. Then also here, if you come up, you see campaigns. There's a lot to gain from here. Trust me, there's a lot. If you want to investigate one email, let's say this particular email, let me click on this. Yeah, so this email, I can investigate everything. I can investigate everything on this email. The header, right? I can see the header of the email. Just to want, in case you're wondering what is header, header is what you don't see. Like it's the like I'll call it like the back end of a normal email, right? That's a different talk for another day. You can see the header. You can take an action. Let's say take action. I want to submit this, or I want to delete this email, right? I want to just delete. I don't want this email to be in the recipient's, mailbox. I can from here move it or move to deleted items, just like that. I can do that. So you can do it. All of these. The Explorer section is very good for for investigation, especially for specific incidents of you know security situations. So this is, you can see the recipient, the person who got the email, the sender, this person, people who send the email, sender address, all of these, you can, investigate them from here. The URL that was included, all of that, right? So that's all about that. Then the review. So I was going to talk about quarantine. So in Microsoft, there is a section is for here. So I think we already went through this section, the Action Center. But let me look at it. Yeah, we were already here before in the Action Center. Nothing's here. So let me go back. So quarantine. Quarantine is a section that contains emails which the system has blocked. Okay, the system has, or well, let's say has quarantined. Okay, has quarantined it. We don't see anything here. Why? Because, like I always say, this is not a production environment. Everything that we do here on this environment, I and other people, we're just using it for testing. But trust me, on a normal business that runs in a normal business that runs business, if you are sending emails every day, 10 emails to your client, 20 emails, 30 emails every day, everybody's working. This place will be very filled up. Why? Because you would see lots of emails that you didn't see these emails in your inbox. Okay, you didn't see it in your inbox. Why? Because Microsoft has taken care of these. They have blocked these emails. You're going to see them listed here. There'll be lots of them. So these are emails that Microsoft took care of and blocked them from getting to you. All right. Same thing with the files. Same thing with the Teams messages. This is not really much to be used here. All right. Where did I stop? Yeah, review. Okay, so this is quarantine. Restricted entities. This is a section where if someone gets blocked from sending emails, I think I have to be much faster. By 11:30, I'll stop. If someone is blocked from sending emails, it is going to be here. All right, and you can unblock the person. Okay. Um, I want to head to this, so I will talk more about all these other parts maybe next time. But I want to delve into the major core part. So the core part of the Defender for Office 365 is in this section, the policies and rules, where you manage the policies, where you create the policies on who should click or what should be done, what should be blocked, all those things. So in here is policies and rules, and then we click on threat policies. So you're going to see there's lots of it. So this is this preset security policy I talked about. So easily configure protection by applying all policies at once using our recommended protection template. So it contains all the security baseline that every organization should have. But although, like I said, it is strict, it's aggressive. Excuse me. It's aggressive and it's aggressive than the normal one. All right. This is the built-in protection, just the normal one. There's a standard protection, all right, and then there's a strict protection. You can see it says here. I don't know if it's visible. One moment. Let me just increase it. So you could see here, this is the built-in one, the built-in protection. This is the standard protection, a baseline that protects spam, phishing, and so this one I turned it on. If I click on manage protection, for instance, you would see all the configurations that are there. That these are, you can configure them yourselves, but then these are like standards, right? Applying the Exchange Online protection to specific people, applying it to specific domains. Okay, apply Defender for Office protection to specific recipients or specific groups or specific domains, or if there are people you want to exclude. Okay, same thing goes for this, like this. And then impersonation protection. This part, it helps. So it comes with the plan one. If you don't have, because Defender for Office 365, okay, it comes with its own license. If you just purchase a Microsoft business license, you may not get these features. You have to purchase this add-on, Defender for Office 365. So this is what it comes with, this feature, impersonation protection, and all the ones that we talked about, right? Good. So yeah, you can see protected users, protected custom domains. As if you click next, I'm not sure why this is here. So like that, like that. So all of these things are meant to, you configure them to protect. Okay, maybe next time would do some a little practical on some of these things here. Okay, so that's that about that. And let me zoom back in. So we'll go back to the threat policies. This is about this preset security. Let me hold on, refresh this. All right. So anti-phishing, this is anti-phishing. You can see there's anti-spam, anti-malware, safe attachment, safe links. These policies here are like one of the cores of, you know, what I mean. If you have a Microsoft 365 environment, you will get these features. I mean, but some of them you may not get. Example, safe attachment, safe links. Okay, these two comes with, and yeah, these two comes with Defender for Office 365. All right, so that's something to note. So I'll just be scrolling around for you guys to have a look on what the interface is like. There's a lot, okay? There's a lot to explore inside here. So you can see this is already on. Um, if I want to configure a custom one, I can create my own custom policy. I want to do, custom one. I can go ahead to configure it here, right? I can go ahead to configure it here. But then again, because we have the preset security policy on, okay, it helps us just, worry less and then takes care of the work. Anti-spam. So that was anti-phishing, trying to protect from phishing attacks. So there again is the standard. There's anti-spam inbound, connection filter, and anti-spam outbound. Okay, these are policies which you can always get to set up. For these ones, it is good to play around with them to see what they offer, what you can use them for in here, right? It's all about protecting emails, attachments, domains, URLs, and also IP addresses, right? This one, so here, the connection filter policy, this is about um, protecting IPs. So for every email, emails come with an IP, right? If an email is coming from a certain IP and you want that email to always be blocked, you can configure it from here. Okay. And if you want an email to always be allowed whenever the email comes in, you can allow it from here. Okay. This is for emails sent out, right? Outbound. You can configure this. So automatic forwarding, for instance, usually doesn't show like this. It is system controlled, right? So you can configure this to protect how people send emails outside, right? How people send emails outside of your organization. So this also can be set here. Anti-malware, some of these things are by default settings, just to protect here, default settings and default there's a part for the file extension. If there's a particular file that is attached to your email and the file extension is not supported, you can configure that, okay, once it is with this file extension, it should be blocked, right? You can configure that there. Safe attachment as well comes with its own settings. So let me just take a look at them. So yeah, this is the built-in policy. So these are built-in policies actually. They are built-in policies that you once you have the subscription, okay? Once you have the subscription, it's just does it work. It's just does it work, except you want to make some extra changes to it. Okay, same thing for safe links. Safe links is also so because we have the standard security policy turned on. This is going to be the one that is taking precedence. This one is taking precedence over this one. All right. So the preset policy that we created, that we enabled, It's taking, if you don't understand what I'm talking about this standard protection here. That is why you see it in all of them. You see it in all of them. So there's more to it. Quarantine policies, how long quarantine should be, emails in your quarantine um, should be there. If you want it to be 14 days. Also, sometimes an email might come to an end user and Microsoft would move that email to quarantine. So that user will not see it. But we can configure settings that, okay, the user should be alerted. The person who's supposed to receive the email should be given an email notification that, hey, you are supposed to get an email, but guess what? That email is in quarantine right now. Do you want to go ahead to release it? You know, something like that. So there's quarantine notification. If you want your end users to get quarantine notification, you can configure that here. All right. And a lot more details. Email authentication here. This is where you configure um, how your emails are your emails are being sent out. Okay, the authentication process of how your emails are sent out. There are certain features the emails should come with, some email properties, yeah, properties of the email, because for every email, what makes an email unique, right? The system detects that this email is unique and it is not a spoofed email. This is not coming from one hacker somewhere, right? It's due to the email authentication, the email properties. So those properties are what goes with every email wherever they are. And these are one of the things that goes with them, DKIM. A DKIM is a digital signature. It creates a digital signature of your emails being sent outside. So this is where if you enable this, for instance, it would strengthen your security to have a good authentication reputation. And then tenant allow block lists. If there are set of emails or set of addresses that, okay, once once it is this email address that sends an email, please block it. All right. Like for instance, spoofed senders. Let's say there is a look at this one. There are emails coming from google.com and has this IP, right? Please block it. So the action here is what? Block. So once I have this set up, any email, any email address or any domain I include here should be blocked, or I should just, you should just block it and not, allow it. So that is how you can configure the tenant allow block list. Same thing for the IP addresses, URLs, files, all of this can all be included in here for blockage. Okay. And yep. So maybe next time we're talking, we would delve into a little practical about them. Other things, there's lots here, but we are centering majorly on Defender for Office 365, which is this section that I just showed you, email and collaboration, policies and rules. Every other thing here, these are just the other things that comes with Defender, Microsoft Defender. And yeah, we don't really need to delve into these, but they are also part of the section. Yeah. So that would be all. Rafia, over to you.
Thank you so much, Kingsley. Thank you so much, Kingsley, for that wonderful session. Yeah, I really do
You're welcome.
appreciate your time. Thank you. So now I would want to know if you have any questions, please, you can raise your hands or drop your question in the chat box, and would have Kingsley answer the questions quickly before he leaves for today. So does anyone have any question? I think the class was very clear enough.
I guess
Let
so.
me see.
So
Okay.
this slides. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll share the slides after the class. Not a problem. Okay, DKIM and SPF. Okay. So majorly the DKIM and SPF, I first of all, I don't know I don't know everybody's background, but DKIM, first of all, like I mentioned, is a digital signature. It creates a digital signature of every email's email domain, right? In a certain way, whereby your emails are encrypted, and well, not majorly like encrypted on the physical side. I'm talking of encrypted on the security side, right? The same way we have WhatsApp, which is a it's a one-to-one end encryption thing. So your emails, when they go into the global space, and they are interacting, right? It has to go securely. Okay, it has to go securely, and it creates a your DKIM being enabled creates a digital signature whereby once that's it carries, let me say, it carries a particular key. Let's say I'm going out somewhere, for instance, I only me has the key to a locker, right? And I carry that key, and if there's any other key that I'm using to unlock this thing, it would not work, okay, unless I have that key. So it is exactly the same way your DKIM, when you send out an email, it carries that key. That it's specific to your domain. That is anyone that sees it, any person that receives your email knows that yes, this person has the right key to the domain, and it's specific to domains. Okay, if you are sending an email from abc.com, okay, abc.com will have its DKIM. Okay, if it is google.com you're sending from, it should have its DKIM, right? Any platform or organization's domain having their DKIM enabled, it creates that digital signature. So once it is enabled, it helps in authenticating that. So SPF does something similar in the sense that it helps in preventing spoof emails. Okay, SPF being enabled, okay, sender policy framework, right? It helps in doing something similar to that. Okay,
Darling.
you do that. Did you say anything, Rafia?
No, no,
Okay,
no, not at
okay.
all.
So this SPF, you configure this from your DNS. Okay, for SPF, that is something that you have to configure that from your DNS. Well, both of them actually, you configure that from your domain's DNS, but they perform similar work in the sense that the SPF majorly is to prevent spoofing. In which case, if your SPF is configured, right, you set up your SPF. Normally, anybody sending an email to with your domain name, okay. Let's say like mine, for instance, now is Cubana.cf. All right, Cubana.cf. So Cubana.cf has the SPF in my DNS. So with the setting that is there, anybody sending an email with Cubana.cf but does not validate
Well,
with
Thursday, my
this.
plan, I Thursday, the clinic, I Thursday, my was saying, yeah, it's a clinic. Mm.
All right. So
Mm.
with anybody sending an email with Cubana.cf that does not validate coming from that DNS setting,
Eh,
then it should be blocked. Can someone talking, the person talking, mute, please? I think I hear this person's voice. Okay. All right. So majorly the essence of SPF, the essence of having SPF, like I said, is to prevent spoofing. Spoofing, like I mentioned, I think I mentioned about spoofing before, where you see an email that is coming from Netflix, right? But is it really from Netflix? Because I can send an email to you and mask that domain to be looking like coming from Netflix. So that is the essence of this type of things. The email being spoofed, or the domain being spoofed, or even the user itself being spoofed. The essence of SPF is to have your email authentication to either block or not even go through at all. So that's the difference between the two. Okay, hope it explains it. Let's see if you have any further questions. All right. Can I specialize Microsoft Defender as an engineer? And what certifications, exams would I need? Okay, so Microsoft Defender, it's there is no certification specifically called Microsoft Defender. Why? Because Microsoft Defender is just one out of so many. And like you can see here, Microsoft Defender has lots of features, right? This one, for instance, is being used, this incident and alert is being used for security operation, right? This one here, the where is it called? The email and collaboration is being used for Defender for 365, managing this. So there are different purposes. Cloud apps, okay, let me just put it here. Cloud apps is being used for managing the applications that are being used in 365. So I wouldn't say doing specializing in Microsoft Defender as an engineer, right? Microsoft Defender is majorly just one part of of Microsoft. And trust me, if you are using it, you will still be using other things. Okay, if you're using Microsoft Defender, you're still going to be working. You cannot work on Defender alone. It's not possible because what you're working on depends on other things. It depends on email. You have to still go to the email. You have to still go to SharePoint. Okay, you have to still go to SharePoint. You have to go to Teams. Okay, so understanding all these things all together, Microsoft Defender is just one part of a body. It's one part of a body of of things which Microsoft offers. So for certifications, exams, you can start with I mean the SC900 is a good choice. I think Rafael, you can help me with that. I'm not really good on what or which certification someone can actually write, but I think SC900, which is the which majors on security. Yeah, security should be a good starting point. SC900 should be, that's security fundamentals, should be a good starting point for that. Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess Angel now understands better. How do one get the license to enable Microsoft Defender full implementation? Full implementation. If you need to have the full implementation, one would need to get an E5, Microsoft 365 E5. Okay, Microsoft 365 E5. It gives you majority of the features that you need. Okay, it is a feature that come E5, just like it says, enterprise. You get all the things that you need, and you can see how much it costs. Although you can get a trial at first, right? But yeah, with E5, you should be able to get all the features that Defender offers, if I'm correct. Yeah, you should get all of it. Okay. Digital signature. All right. Yeah, that's good. So, SC 900. Okay. Yeah, it's a small business. If a business is free. Yeah. So as a small business, E5, small, like I mentioned earlier, if someone has E5, you have everything, you know, and just that for small businesses, E5 alone, it might be even too expensive because I see um, many of them don't even use it. E5, like the word enterprise, and this is per license. This is per license for one person. Okay, if you have E5, just as per user per month, you're paying this per user per month. So many of them don't, small businesses, they go for they start with the basic business subscriptions, but then for security, a very good choice that can get you all these things. Like there's, let me just put this out there, a defender for um Office 365 plan 1, plan 2. So someone can actually get either a plan 1 or
Yeah.
plan 2. Let me just put this out there. So Defender for Office, the plan 1. Sorry, let me go to my admin center and show you. So from the marketplace, we can from here just see a comparison of the products. So for small businesses, they can just purchase their normal business plans, okay, which is business standard, business basic, or business premium. And then they can purchase Defender for Office as a standalone because this comes just with security features. Sorry. Okay, yeah, security and identity. Mm, sorry, I'm looking for it. Not sure why it's not here. Security and identity should be listed amongst these ones. Okay, I'm not sure why it's no, let me just search Defender. It should be listed here, but I'm not sure why I do not see it. I don't see it here, but then again,
You can
it
click on
comes with
add. Can you try to click on add-ons? Let's see for add-ons.
add-ons. Okay. Um, ah, can you see it? I don't see the add-ons though.
I think there,
Hold
your
on,
screen
let
is
me.
kind of lagging.
Okay, hold on. Let me click more. I think it's hidden. Yeah, for some reasons it's not showing. I'm not sure why. But then again, it here. Let me just scroll down. I think this can also be useful. Let me scroll down. Yeah. So from here, someone can actually get to, purchase from here or even start a trial with Defender for Office 365. And then there is trial. No, I don't want to sign up yet. I'm looking for there's this particular article that shows you the plans and then comparison. Um, and then the comparison. I used to have that article. I can't find it. Yeah, yeah, I can't really find it for now. But then again, you can just this within the marketplace, you would see like Defender for Office. If you click on it and you click on compare, you will be able to compare and see all the features that it gives to you. So from there, it's so someone who has a small business can just get the business subscriptions and then just get Defender for Office for these purposes, or they can also get enterprise and mobility. What's up? Enterprise mobility. Enterprise mobility comes with these things. Yeah, like this. Yeah, click on details. Yeah, so they could see it comes with like this. So this is how it looks. It's Enterprise Mobility Security E3, Enterprise Mobility Security E5. So they can get the basic license for their apps, and then they can get this added for security, ensuring their security is good. So you could see it comes with plan one. So where is let me check. I'm not sure. Excuse me. Um, okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think some things have changed. Some things might have changed here because I know I used to see it, but for now, this is the way it looks is exactly how you could see it for for Office 365 Plan 1. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kingsley. So sorry, I wasn't able to reply the other time. So as regards the certification, yes, a good one would be the SC 900 to start with. And when it comes to buying the subscriptions, for those who already signed up for the free trial of the Office 365 business subscriptions, you can always go to the billing admin portal for all products and search for this Defender for Office 365 from your own end. That way you'll be able to purchase this subscription. We have someone, I think two persons have their hands raised. Let me quickly allow them ask their question before you leave, please.
All
Just
right.
those two. Charles Inzan. Charles, can you please unmute yourself and ask your question? Hi, Charles. Hmm. Okay. So I think Charles is the only person that has his hands up. So in that case, is there anyone else that has any other question to ask
Can you hear
before we
me
call
now?
it a day? Okay, now we
Can you
can
hear me?
hear you. Yes,
Oh,
we can.
Now we cannot. I no longer hear you.
So I think, Charles, what you would just do is you can send your message to the WhatsApp group and we'll reply your question. Or better still, let me share Kingsley's LinkedIn profile URL with you. Or you can reach out to him directly. He's open to your questions at any time. At any time. Just give me a minute quickly. Let me get that for you. Kingsley, could you please share your LinkedIn profile URL, please? Hi,
Oh, sure,
Kingsley.
sure.
Um,
So
Kingsley,
it's
please do. Thank you.
okay. I'll share it on the chat, or let me just share it on the chat. Yes, that'll be better.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. All right. I just did. I think if it's not clickable, let me just get the actual link here. Hold on. All right.
Yes, I think
So this is clickable
this
now.
works. Um, yes. So you can please feel free to connect with Kingsley if you have any questions around the security admin portal or what he just covered today, Microsoft Defender for Office 365, or anything related to M365. Kingsley is a good go-to person, and I'm very sure he would attend to you. Thank you all so much for joining today's session. I might not be available on Thursday. Kingsley might still be the one to take you on Thursday, right? But I'll make sure to help get I think Kingsley, you're going to share your PowerPoint slides with us, right?
Sure.
Okay, okay.
Right after on the WhatsApp group.
Yes, I do have no. I'm going to get that directly from. I would add you to the group, and
All
so
right.
you can share that with us, please.
All right. No problem.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. So guys,
Thank you.
have a great rest of your day. See you in the next class on Thursday, same time, same meeting link. Bye
All
for
right.
now.
Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you, Kingsley.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.